but you know what? I did get to dance with Yuki.
No way. Welcome back to the Gravel Trap F1 podcast. I'm Caroline.
And I'm Christina.
Welcome to free practice number 2.
Today's special guest is Britt Murray, the famous Vroom.Babe.
Yes, we're going to learn all about working at Red Bull and how to build an F1-themed apparel empire.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Gravel Trap F1 podcast, Britt. We're so excited to have you.
Thanks, guys. I'm excited to be here. Big fans of y'all.
Well, we are a huge fan of you, and not only you as Britt Murray, but also as Vroom.Babe. For those of our listeners who don't know, Vroom.Babe is Britt's alias, her handle, if you will, on all of her social media. And she makes incredible videos, but also makes incredible clothing, which we will get into. But let's start off by asking, just tell us a little bit about yourself, Britt, who you are, how you came to love F1, and kind of your journey, your story.
Cool. So my name is Britt Murray, originally from California area. I studied school at Arizona State, so lived in Scottsdale for a bit. And I actually worked with Red Bull Energy Drink Company on the brand side of things. But my love for F1 started way before that because randomly my uncle on my dad's side was a captain for luxury boats way back when in the 80s. Not that long ago, but still. And he was attending races when you were able to actually watch from the track. And It was crazy. So Wild Wild West era. But so he got my whole entire family into it. And now we've been going to have our family F1 reunion every year in Coda since 2015. So yeah.
That is cool. So when he was chartering the boats, was he at Monaco? Was he doing the boats at Monaco? Oh, that's cool.
So he did all over the Mediterranean Sea. So he's been it's kind of crazy. I think he's been to 42 Grand Prix.
Oh, wow.
So he even went to the Miami GP before the new Miami GP came back, which is crazy.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, that's what a cool legacy. So did that inspire or inform you wanting to work for Red Bull corporate, or was that just happy coincidence?
Happy coincidence. We were at a pool party on campus my freshman year. And of course, the little Mini Cooper with the Red Bull cam rolled up. And I was like, oh my God, how do you volunteer for this? And the Wings team girl at the time, she was like, this is actually a job. I said, okay, how do I apply? So I ended up applying online, and it was a 3-month hiring process. And so I worked on the Wings team is what it was called at the time, and then moved over to the student brand manager program, which was managing all collegiate events. In Arizona, the Waste Management Phoenix Open is very, very popular. If you guys have heard of it.
Yeah.
So I helped with managing the collegiate side with Red Bull on that. And then I moved into full-time with them with brand marketing for the Southwest. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, while you were there, is there any integration or because Red Bull has a lot of legs, right? They have a lot of branches and a lot of things that they do. Is it seen as kind of we're all one big happy family, or more so we all kind of stay in our lane?
Yeah, so it was a lot of collaborating together. So the main other department that I worked with was Red Bull Media House, and they had their own office and everything like that. But at the end of the day, can is king, as everyone called it. So it was a lot of collaboration together, which was really cool because you got to see all the different facets and work in different things that you never thought you would before. So, which I think is very uncommon compared to other brands. So
yeah. So while you were there, did you get to do any collaboration or go to any parties or meet any drivers or talk us through the timeline?
the timeline. So at that point, my big event that I worked on was Red Bull Air Race. So Kirby Chambliss, who I believe did the flying video with Max Verstappen a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So he was like the main athlete that we worked with there. And then weirdly enough, I got to meet Bryce Menzies, the rally car driver.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things, I know, Caroline, you and I talked about this, but I was walking in a Vegas casino going back to my room. And I was like, oh my God, is that Bryce Menzies? And so I walked up, I'm like, hi, are you Bryce Menzies? And he goes, who the hell is that guy? And I was like, oh, okay,
Sorry.
like, so sorry. Totally thought it was someone else. And he's like, no, I'm just kidding with you. It's definitely me. Like, it's so nice to meet you. I was like, oh my God, like just bright red, freaking out on the inside. And he was nice. He took a picture with me and everything. And I'm like, you're here for Air Race? He's like, yep, I'll see you there.
That's so cool.
So yeah, but so that got to meet some people through Coachella, got to do Waste Management Phoenix Open. And then since like, again, our teams collaborate so much together. When I went to F1 in COTA, I knew a lot of the Texas Red Bull team here. So I got the opportunity to go to the after parties with them there. So, but that was just purely fun basis.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you got to meet your boy.
I did get to meet my boy, Carlos Sainz. It was so crazy. That was like an absolute whirlwind because it was totally by like random happenstance that he was just walking around the table area. And I was like, all right, I'm going to shoot my shot and just go up and say hello and ask if he needs anything. So,
aw, that was nice that you're like offering to serve him. Like, can I get you anything, Mr. Smooth Operator?
Yeah, I need a Red Bull, need a water.
Nice. Was he with Toro Rosso at the time, or was he at McLaren? No,
he was
would have
with
been
Ferrari at the time when this happened.
So like
Yeah.
recent.
It was like recent. That was 2021. I got to meet him. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That party was the craziest party because that was like the whole crazy year with Max and Lewis. And so Red Bull said, if Max wins, we're going all out. And so all the drivers ended up, well, not all, but a vast majority of them ended up coming to the party. So it was crazy. Like Nikita Mazepin was there. George Russell was there. So I don't know if Lando stayed the whole time, but made an appearance. But yeah. So it was a fun time. It was crazy. It was just absolutely surreal. So
was Max there?
No.
Interesting.
They literally, like, they left the bar open past the time and everything. And I went to the after party this past year where Lando actually DJ'd at.
Hey.
And we were like, okay, is Max coming? Is Checo coming? Anyone? And it didn't end up happening. So
interesting.
It was like this whole party for you, but okay.
But he's resting.
Yeah,
because it wasn't over. At that point, it wasn't over till it was over.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm sure they have so much more to focus on and everything with that. So yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. So what did you have any kind of, other than Carlos, of course, because he's your favorite. But were there any, and we're talking both Carlos and Kako, because like Carlos is, you also met Carlos's cousin, right?
Yes, I did. Yes. Because he was actually looking for his cousin. I said, I am the biggest fan of your cousin, like the whole family business dynamic. Like I'm very familiar with that as I work for my family business now. So I just like really admire that and how they try to build each other up success-wise and everything. So it was cool. So we got to talk for like quite a while actually. So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. That's amazing. So you said that Nikita was there, George was there. Did you get to meet either of them?
No. But you know what? I did get to dance with Yuki.
No way.
Oh my gosh.
With him, but we were just like vibing
close
back and forth. I doubt he even would remember it or like notice my face ever, but I was just like, oh my gosh, this is forever a core memory.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How were his moves? Did he have good moves?
I don't know if they compete with yours, but
oh gosh, no.
She's so so good at them. I swear. I love your dance videos.
Well, thank you. It's mostly me impersonating them. So I guess it's also their moves then at that point.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. So did this play at all into the inception of Vroom.Babe? Okay, like when does Vroom.Babe enter the chat? When did she come
so
about?
Vroom.Babe entered the chat and it was a little bit before 2021. I'd say more 2020, because everything happening with Daniel Ricciardo specifically. I'm a massive Ricciardo fan at heart. And I loved that when I was working at Red Bull, he was on Red Bull Racing at the time. So my closet was just full Red Bull Racing. But once he was switching all through the teams, it was frustrating me. Then I had to keep purchasing new merch, and it's expensive too. So I just like tossed around the idea for our family like F1 reunion. I was like, I really want to get some Daniel merch made. I can figure out the people who do it and everything and make it our own. And it was really cute. The first one I did Honey Badger first, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was my first one. And my mom was like, these are so cute. You should consider selling these because I bet you a lot of other people would be interested in it.
Yeah.
And then that kind of cultivated all of it and inspired more sayings and adding more drivers in and just started the whole business. So
interesting, because I don't know why I thought it started with your Smooth Operator and your Charles one.
Yeah, so that was technically the first one I sold to people, and then if you were like friends and family, you saw the inception of the first one. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, how cool. Okay, so you started making them in 2020, but you started selling them in 2022?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wanted everything, because from start to finish, I wanted it to be like a very good quality product. So I was testing a bunch of sweatshirts, t-shirts, all of that stuff. T-shirts are in the making right now, but I haven't found the perfect one yet. So I'm still working on that. But so it started with that.
Okay, so what's your creative process in deciding, because you don't have all of the drivers, and for those of us that are watching right now, but maybe can see us, I'm wearing her Lewis Hamilton one, but they don't say their names. It's kind of like their aliases that are put on these. So this says Roscoe's daddy with the 44. And then I have to say, I think the best, and they're all great ideas, but people have lost their minds over the Wolfpack one. The Wolfpack one has just been crazy.
I was so happy with that reaction. That was so cool. Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah. There's the site right there.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes. And
now, they're unisex, right? So they're male and female?
Yeah. Yeah. So, of course, I've had people DM me for like sizing info and stuff. So always happy to answer those questions on how like the best fit looks for you. But yeah, so the Wolfpack one, because we did get such like a high return on that, we're able to pre-order those now, which is exciting.
Yay, that's huge. Yeah, people were losing their mind over that one, which it's awesome. It's such a good idea. Like, how has nobody thought of that before? But yeah, it's such a good idea. So what's your process in like deciding which drivers to do / like their names? Like what's your process?
So I have a massive notes list on my phone of just like picking up whether it's like comments on Instagram or even like the Sky Sports commentators during GPs and whatnot, seeing what they call the drivers or what they're known for. And then essentially like I try to see on Instagram and TikTok like who's going viral at like that moment, as far as like Pierre Gasly with like being the king of the photo drop and him liking your photos. So, but that's kind of the thought process behind that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So the new line has who it has Toto, because you have Wolfpack. You have Lewis. You have George, which is Russell Hustle, which I think that's just like Wait, it is Russell Hustle, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's so cute. Honey
Thank you.
Badger made the reemergence.
The reemergence.
There's Smooth Operator. There's Charles. There's Pierre, which
Mhm.
is liked by number 10. Am I
Yeah.
missing any?
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Are we
Yeah.
going to see a Fernando one?
It's in the works. I've had a lot of people ask for Fernando, Logan, Max, and Checo. So those are the next ones in the works. Yeah. You get an exclusive. Those are in the works.
You guys, you heard it here first at Gravel Trap F1. Very cool. So if somebody was interested, like if one of our listeners was listening and said, that's so cool, I want to start my own F1 merch store, where would you tell them to start?
I think the biggest thing is just to actually do it. There are so many people I feel like that come up with ideas, and it's just a matter of like taking that first step. And posting on Instagram or making an Instagram account for your business. Same with TikTok, Twitter even. And I feel like just collaborating with so many people like in this F1 community, like everyone's been so open and helpful. I mean, I could even be a resource and give examples of like different suppliers to work with and whatnot. Because I've talked with other like F1 apparel creators too. And everyone's been very supportive. So I think it's just taking that first step and really just like putting yourself out there and putting your ideas out there. Because it is scary. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's so worth it in the end.
Yeah. And we appreciate it, especially, and I don't want to speak for Christina or anything, but as a female like fan, it's so hard to find merch for girl like that a girl feels like she can wear and look good in. And it's
definitely.
That's why I love your stuff. But I definitely think there's a definite need. Christina, would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the swag, all the good looks. I didn't know you had Russell Hustle because I hadn't seen anyone wear it yet. I've only seen the one Caroline's wears. Like those are the ones I consistently see.
Yeah.
I like
shoving it in their faces.
But I like Russell Hustle. It makes me feel like he should have a signature dance. Do the Russell.
Oh, yes, he does.
You guys, yes. This is going to be this is a new video inspired. We're making it in Miami, Christina. We're doing it in Miami. We're doing it. We're going to make Nicole do it. We're going to make Neha do it. We're going to make Maria do it. We're all going to do it. We're going to unite. We will be the Avengers.
Fetch happen.
Yes, we will
Love
assemble. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. So for our listeners who might want to ask you questions in person, will we see you at any races this year?
Yes, you will. Sorry, I got so excited. I'm pumped. I'm going to Monaco in a couple weeks.
Ooh.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited for that. Weirdly enough, won a giveaway with my friend Jay last year through Grand Prix Adventures. And they do a really great job of like curating experiences for Formula One Grand Prix. So I'm going to be hanging out with them that weekend.
Oh my goodness, how fun. Now they have like, not that this is now going to become like a whole marketing plan for Grand Prix Adventures, but they have like various packages that you can choose from, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So which one are you doing?
So it's also my parents' anniversary too. So we're kind of like the sweeties. We're all going together. But we're doing the one where you do a yacht viewing on Friday. And then we do a balcony over the starting line view on Saturday. And then race day, we're at a hotel watching it, where it shows essentially like the whole track with the marina, which will be cool.
Yeah.
So
what a cool experience. That'll be so fun to be over the starting line too on Saturday, because qualifying is such a decider. That's such a good idea. That's so smart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thought of literally everything. So I'm super excited for that. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
So you're going to Monaco?
Yes. And then Austin GP too.
Woohoo! The family reunion continues.
I know.
We at Gravel Trap F1, we're just going to become part of your family, and then we're going to go to the reunion.
Please do. We've gotten up to like a whole mob squad now with everyone that like comes with my family, and now friends that tag along too. So you guys are more than welcomed.
We'll be there. Buck has a cousin that lives in Austin with a yurt. So we'll be camping in the yurt.
That's incredible.
I'm not completely sure it's actually a yurt.
Oh.
It's what he calls
okay.
it.
Allegedly.
I've said it before. Caroline's absolutely right that I've said that. I'm now worried he's going to hear this because I know that he listens to the show, and I'm going to catch some flack for his yurt. But Scott, if you're listening, get the yurt prepped. We're on our way.
Yes. We're going to a family reunion for a family we're not in. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be like wedding crashers, but like family reunion crashers. It's going to be great.
Exactly. We love it. Oh my God, that'll be so fun.
Yes. Well, for our listeners, that's actually where I met Britt for the first time in person.
Yeah.
I met Britt by truly the old-fashioned move of sliding into her DMs. I slid right into her DMs and I said, "Hey, you make really cool clothes. I'm going to the Austin Grand Prix. Would love to like meet you." And then Britt was like, "Yeah, I think that sounds awesome, because I've gone like a million times and I'm a pro." And then we met there, and she was so kind, and we made fun videos, and we like did promo for her sweatshirts. And I got to meet your mom,
You
who
did meet
is
my
the
mom.
best, and I got to meet Jay, who my
Oh my
husband
gosh.
loved. My husband was like, "Jay's my man."
I know. Jay is everyone's favorite person. He's consistently my F1 plus one for the time
Yes.
being.
He's awesome. So yeah, that was like the spark, the beginning of this beautiful friendship that honestly has been a real delight, because you were the first like F1 friend that I made. And
Really?
then truly.
Oh,
And then
wow.
like as time has gone on, now I have Christina and I have Buck, and now like my
Yeah.
F1
And now
friends.
it's a whole family.
I know we're gonna have our own family reunion at like, I don't know, we'll go to Monza or something. We'll go somewhere really fun, and we'll go with Grand Prix Adventures. Grand Prix Adventures, if you're listening,
Yeah.
we want to go. But no, for real. So do you do Austin every year? Have you done Monaco before?
Yes, I did Monaco in 2019. And that one was for my Nana's birthday weekend, I guess.
Ooh.
We just find an excuse for any holiday in our family. We're like, let's just all get together. So
At a Grand Prix.
yeah, at a Grand Prix. So, and I had two of my best girlfriends at the time hop along on that trip too.
Nice.
So it was like, again, a whole crowd of us watching the race. So yeah, it was nuts.
So to circle back a little bit to your time with Red Bull, if somebody was interested, because we have listeners that are interested in working in F1, and I was really excited to bring you on because I wanted people to see that you can work adjacent to F1 without actually working for a team and still have access to things like the fun after parties and meeting the people and whatnot. If somebody was interested in maybe not having to travel all over the world with the teams, but still having access in this kind of adjacent way, what would you tell them to do to get started or to look into?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just like utilizing the relationships you have and networking as much as possible. I mean, when I was at Red Bull, I was taking any and every opportunity I could to meet everyone in the company, and try to establish a relationship with them and get to know them as a person as well. And so I think that'll be like your biggest help there, because you never know where people are going to end up at certain parts in life. And you never know if they're going to invite you to be their plus one for an after party at F1 thing. So
yeah,
the biggest thing, I think is just being yourself and networking and trying to be as open as possible to getting to know other people. So
yeah. And you might have already answered this already, and I might have just missed it.
Yeah.
Was your college major aligned with what you did at Red Bull, or was it just kind of like serendipitous?
Yeah, so I think it's sort of aligned. I was business communications and international business.
Okay,
I ended up, after working for Red Bull my third year at that point, I was like, I'm adding on the international business because send me abroad. I would love to work in a Red Bull office abroad. Unfortunately, it never panned out, but who knows? Maybe one day.
Hey, I was gonna say, like, life is still young. I mean, they always need people, and
Totally.
I was actually gonna ask if it would be like, if you had the opportunity, and if Red Bull called and was like, "Hey, we have this opening, and it's in the UK," would you do it?
At this point in my life, probably.
Ooh.
Because I mean, like any opportunity like that, I feel like you should just go for it. But yeah, I really think I would. I did. I loved working there, and it's a great company to work for. So,
Yeah.
but it's kind of, I'd have to tell my boss, aka my dad, currently the situation, and hopefully that would all go okay, but we'll see.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so Christina, do you have any questions?
I do. And this one's more so on behalf of Mr. McGee, who we've had occasional chaotic exposure guest moments from. I don't even know what to call what he does anymore. But
He's the mascot.
would Vroom.Babe ever do pet wear?
So, my parents, who watch my dog all the time, my dad had come up with this idea and sent me a Photoshop photo of my dog in the Wolfpack sweatshirt and was like, this is a great business concept. So, if there's enough people that ask for it, I am more than happy to make it for the pets and add it to the line.
So sweet. Would you want to do just the Wolfpack, or would you do like
Oh,
Russell
I
Hustle?
think they all need their own drivers. You know, everyone's
Yeah.
a different fan of different drivers. So
It's true.
like it.
Squeaks likes Max Verstappen.
noted. Okay.
Yeah. He
Give me
smacks
squeak sizing. We'll have to add that in the list.
Big Boy. His official size is Big Boy.
He's huge. He's so sweet.
He's so fat.
Piggybacking off of the pet question, you were talking about suppliers and stuff earlier. You can't just take an extra small sweatshirt and put it on a dog. I imagine they make. Is there a dog clothing provider you're going to have to source from, and then?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do that for him. So, but that's okay. There's a lot of like clothing merchandise companies for dogs, specifically in Dallas too. There's a lot of little clothing stores that I take my dog to. Guilty enough. So, it's a definite possibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
I
Squeaks-
like the little dog hats that they make where they have the little strap underneath it and this little ball cap.
Oh my gosh, my mom just got that for Stella.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting one for my dog because I'm like,
Oh,
you
you
would
should
look
do
so
it.
cute.
And Squeaks
So cute.
Squeaks is a huge fan of bow ties because he's like an almost tuxedo cat. So it just ties the whole look together, makes him look so dignified, and
Such
it
a distinguished
tightens.
gentleman.
It tightens his neck fluff up and makes his cheeks look so much puffier too. So it's just like,
Oh my gosh,
I
I need a
love
picture
that.
of this.
Yes. Squeeze. There he is.
goes.
He said,
knew.
I'm out.
He's like, I'm done. I'm done.
He's given enough to the camera today.
Oh, such a
Aw.
cutie.
What is big big picture 50,000 foot view of your empire as it grows? What is big time success for you? Where are all the different places you want to take this?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to have a full line as far as like every single driver with both sweatshirts and t-shirts and maybe hat apparel as well. And eventually be able to sell like at Grand Prix. That's like the ultimate goal for me. So hopefully there's a potential with Coda in the future. Because I know that there's different pop-up opportunities outside of the track that a lot of people are a part of in downtown. So I've been looking into that, but that's the start. But ultimate goal would be that. So,
Well, while you guys are in Miami and rubbing shoulders with all the drivers, I'm sure you will be. You should talk to one of them about them doing a Vroom.Babe special. And then that's your in. As you get in with a driver, do a special edition with one driver, and
would love that.
licensed through them, and then get you in touch with
Logan Sargent.
Oh, okay. Logan and not Daniel. I'm surprised. We do love Logan.
Daniel, I think, would be a little more difficult with his Enchante merch.
True,
Enchante,
true.
and all of that. So
True.
I did think about that at one point, but I think he'd rather just run his own merchandise line versus having me in the middle. But
Plus,
there's
Logan,
hope
I
with
feel like would
Logan.
be Logan would be good to work with too because he's American. So
Totally, yeah,
That
and
would
in
work in your
Florida. So
and
that would
he's
be
seen some
ideal.
of your stories.
Yes, he's been in the story views. So I'm like, I'm working on it. I promise you are on the list for the next drop, sir.
Yes. So, We're working on it with Logan. But yeah, he seems great. It's been fun to watch him. What do you think of him so far this season driving for Williams?
I think he's done a really good job. I truly do. I think Williams overall has done phenomenally well compared to years past, as I'm sure all of you have seen. So, no, I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season turns out for them, truly. And I really hope to see McLaren do a little bit better as well.
Yeah. Well, Britt, thank you so much for coming on this week's episode of the Gravel Trap F1 podcast. It was so fun to feature someone that used to work at the Red Bull corporate office, but also runs her own Formula One merch. If you guys want to check out some of Vroom.Babe's merch, check her out at
Vroom.Babe.com or TikTok and Instagram, Vroom.Babe.
Nice. Vroom.Babe at Vroom.Babe. She does more than just stuff for her clothes. She also does, is it the top 5 moments, right, from Off the Grid?
Yep, Off the Grid. Thanks.
Yes, which is a really, really fun series that she runs where she fills you in on all the things that are happening off the grid during the week. So thank you so much for coming and spending this time with us, Britt.
Thanks for having me, and can't wait to meet you all in person at the family reunion this year.
Yeah, we're coming to the reunion. It's going to be so fun.
It'll be a good time. Bye, guys.
But they did a good job. That's all I'm saying. I was impressed.